between Kled and Mordekaiser. What name do you want to go by during this VOD review, Mariner?
Daddy.
Other than
No,
that.
just kidding. Mariner.
Okay. And then what do you feel like your biggest issues are in both this game and in general?
In general, my biggest mistakes are like my game knowledge is really not as good as it should be, and I just told you, but actually, um, and I'm not helping my other lanes by roaming or something like that. I'm just self-centered, self-focused, and just care about my lane and not really helping other lanes, even though I'm ahead. Because if I get a small lead, I can transfer the small lead in a big lead for the whole team instead of a bigger lead for me, for myself.
Cool. So that term is referred to as um, translating leads, and exactly how you said it is like you can have impact on yourself, but if you give that and spread the gold, it's better than solo killing your lane 6 times. Like it doesn't matter. So, and then as for game knowledge, that all comes with playing the game more and actively thinking about the game. And I know we've discussed a little bit how you said you would just play, but if you're just playing, you're not actually playing League of Legends. You're just playing your champion and just hoping the game goes your way instead of actively controlling the fate of the game. So with that, we can go ahead and start through as there's not that much with there. As a notice, guys, for the audio for this game, there won't be any in-game audio because I have an audio problem right now. So the fix to be able to hear Mariner requires me to disable in-game audio. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so did you just ward? Why did you just
Yeah.
ward?
So I know if they come, like, so it keeps me safe.
Okay, so this is a
Because
wasted ward.
yeah, but everyone else is on the bot side, so I know if they do something, like, and my Cassiopeia is FK. That's why I wanted for safety.
So how can they get you? How can they kill you?
They can't kill me.
If you don't have
Like
this ward, how can they kill you?
if they catch me or something, or if I start a fight, and
Yeah, but
then
how are they gonna catch you?
yeah, never, because I can just walk away.
You can just walk away. So ideally, your mid laner is here, standing here, and you're here. But that's not the case. But you do not want to put down this ward. Like, no, that's bad. Because now you can't actually have a push if you want to, because you can't ward. The ward just, it doesn't really do anything for you because, like, you already saw Warwick here.
Yeah.
Who else can be here that they can actually do anything? It's different if they have, like, okay, Thresh with Jin and Camille. Oh, by the way, they also have Twisted Fate and Elise. Okay, that's a pretty scary level 1 that they can just dogpile you with CC. But they literally have Thresh and Jin. So if you're standing here, this is the worst possible spot to stand. If you're standing here, nobody's going to blind hook from here to here.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody's going to blind hook from here to here. If they even choose to start Q. But if you're here and they're here, then you see them, like, before they'll actually hook you, and, like, nothing will happen, is the point that I'm getting at. So
Yeah.
you want your early ward, basically, because now you have a cooldown, and that cooldown is very long. It's 2 minutes. You can't place a ward, which means you won't necessarily have it up for here around 2:45 or so. Like, okay, so, like, if it's literally 2 minutes, then you will like actually have it. But let's say your push, you get it at like 2:32. Now you don't have that ward to put down. Or you have to sacrifice lane priority on the next wave to put down the ward. So that's why it's kind of like, meh, you know, like...
Yeah.
Alright. So, they're gonna bark, I suppose.
The dogs are disagreeing, though. Just kidding. Okay.
Okay. So. Cool. Just... You can be safe without putting the ward down. It's the entire point with it.
Okay. It's just if I put if I put his ward down, I just feel more safe. That's why. Even though it's
yeah, but I mean, like bronze players feel like they're good at Yasuo. Like when they're like, like bronze 5 with like 3,000 games. They're like, it's just my team.
Yeah.
Right? They feel like something. That doesn't mean it is the case.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind. I can speed through this.
By the way, can you put your thingy on the left, on the right bottom side out, because I can't really see the minimap as a whole? Is it possible?
Oh
or...
no, that's a Skype thing. I can't change that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Discord's getting screen share soon. Like they publicly announced that like it's actually a thing, because they already upgraded their servers and everything. So like it's actually a thing. Okay, so you're not pushing. Why are you not pushing?
Because I assume that Warwick starts blue, and that's why.
Okay.
Like, maybe he wants to cheese me because Mordekaiser is late, and that's why I'm not pushing. But...
Okay, so you pushing or not pushing is not inherently bad there. There isn't one decision where it's like, this is what you need to do. However, if you look at the lane matchups and the jungle matchups, okay, this champion is AP. Oh, this is gonna... he's an AP champion, and he has AoE, right? That's what he is. You're AD and AoE, level 1 with Q, but his AoE is stronger than your AoE. So you want to establish some type of presence on this wave. You don't need to push it, like literally get it in here, but you'll see you lose lane priority right here because he gets all this damage with his AoE and you get like the front line, but all that extra time, you see now he has wave priority right now and his ability is going to be up before yours is. So he can push this in a little bit if he wants to. And because Warwick started top because Mordekaiser was late to lane, you know that Warwick isn't going to gank you.
Yeah.
In most
he could
games.
cheese me. Like, yeah. Yeah, it's true.
But like Warwick going blue buff to scuttle to top, like you just flash. Like you literally can't die to that. Because he doesn't have any CC. Warwick, his CC is very unreliable. The odds of you dying to that gank are very, very, very low. And
yeah, maybe I'm just... sorry.
No, go ahead.
Maybe I'm just I just wanted to play too safe. So I give up early pressure.
Yeah, but you don't need to. It's just the whole point that I'm getting at, because the conditions of the game means that you can step up. You can, like, try to bully him, right? Because you should be a stronger champion. Not level 1, but definitely if you get a level 2. And Warwick will not be topside at 3 minutes. So you can push this wave to here or so. And you won't be in trouble. And you could especially push here if you had your ward, which means you could ward. But yeah, you should be able to get lane priority because he showed up late to lane. And that's something that he told you. He said, my jungler is top lane. My jungler started topside. That is what he told you by showing up late to lane. So you need to think about the game and take that into account. Because what you're doing is perfectly fine if their jungler starts bottom lane, but if their jungler starts top lane, you're pretty much given an opportunity to take advantage of the top laner, and you don't.
Okay.
So small point, but it's important to talk about. So that's why I brought it up. Because like I said, like it's not inherently bad that you don't push, but if Mordekaiser is good, he would have lane priority right now. He should have lane priority right now. He does actually end up getting it, where he gets level 2. So, okay. So what is this? Why did you just try to fight him when he's level 2?
Actually, I wanted him to zone from the minions so he doesn't kill them. And then I started to fight, even though it's really stupid.
Okay,
I
so
am.
let's talk about minions.
Okay, sorry. Can I talk?
Yeah, go
finish
ahead.
my talk? Okay, because I hoped like my minions would kill one minion, so I get a level up, and then I am even. But even they're not even close to being low, so that was kind of stupid for me.
Okay, so you will never win this fight, even if you're level 2. Like right now, if you're level 2. Ever. How do I know this? Well,
Because of the minions.
aside from the fact that these minions aren't low, so you're not going to get level 2, he has 3 caster minions, and he's Mordekaiser, who is stronger than Kled level 2. Like, if you're both level 2 at the same time. And
Yeah.
you have a health deficit. Okay, so what does all this mean? Well, he's going to do 30 damage per second to you because of these casters minions. So, if that means that if you extend this fight to 2 seconds, this is 60 damage, which is 1 auto attack. He gets 1 auto attack on you for free every 2 seconds. It is impossible for you to outpace that. Like, actually. You want to deny minions, right? But you can never deny this minion. Ever. Because look at the distribution of the wave. He has 3 casters here, and all of your minions are here. So you will tank these as soon as this minion dies. So even if you deny it, right? Even if he doesn't get it, you're still going to take between 30 to 90 damage from caster minions to deny 17 gold. That doesn't seem very worth to me. So, if you wanted to deny this minion, you needed to cheese him, or rather, play intelligently, and get the level 2 before he did.
Okay.
Like, by getting that push early, right? Where I said, like, oh, hey, if you're ahead in experience, you can do stuff like that. But instead, you froze the wave. So, everything you just did, it made no sense. You were like, hey, I want to become a doctor, and then, like, you studied, like, engineering. It doesn't make sense. Okay. So, yeah, like you're still level 1 and everything. It's like
fight.
Yeah. Okay, so now your lane's ruined. Your lane is like over. Like at this point, because now you literally just have to base. Like, the wave is pushing to you, and you can like bait with your jungler, but that's pretty much your only option. Because if you're just talking 1v1 lane, can't really do much.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Like, okay, you traded him, right? But if this is a 1v1 scenario, you still lose there. And that's where I said, if your jungler doesn't come. But your jungler does come. But you shouldn't play bad to then say, hey, jungler, help me. You should play good and then say, hey, jungler, help me. There's a difference, right? Like, what you just did, you just got rewarded for a bad play.
Okay.
This recall is fine. As long as you teleport immediately.
Yeah.
Like,
Otherwise,
okay.
I would lose way too much.
You probably could have held the minion wave off before you based. Because I think you missed, like, 2 creeps of experience because you teleported a little late. But, small thing. Just keep that in mind in the future because you couldn't have frozen it because he's just going to teleport back to lane like he does. So there was nothing you could have done in that aspect, but I think you could have gotten 1 to 2 more creeps of experience.
Okay.
What did you buy? You bought boots and longsword. Did your jungler didn't ping you that she was staying, so that's okay, I guess. But you really, really, really want to try to get a control ward somewhere in there, and going to lane without potions is pretty bad. So with that in mind, what I probably would have bought in this case was like longsword, refill potion, and 2 control wards. Because that 10 AD, like, it matters. But if you can guarantee a second jungler gank, 100% fact, and have sustain in lane, like, that's usually better. Okay. So if you guys hard shove this lane, he gets punished. Whenever this happens, you should try to ping bottom lane or mid lane. I know it's not your job, but like the jungler's topside, and people don't recognize what that means. Like if you take into account junglers, right, and you're like, okay, their jungler is bottom side. What does that mean for top lane? That means top lane can play aggressive and push, right? Like that's what that means because their jungler is bottom side. Well, if you take that reverse, if your jungler is top side and you're bottom lane, that means you probably should not fight bottom. And that's, like, again, like, not your job, but if you want to win more games, it's pretty good to ping your team, so pinging them would probably help you. This control word, why do you put it there?
Because it's safer. Because I don't. It's actually really wasted. I should have put it where Mordekaiser is, but I just thought like it's a really safe spot for a pink ward. Like they will never clear it.
Okay.
Like,
you know,
but it's
placing
only
it
used-
here, like where you place it in the bush matters a lot.
Yeah.
So, do you need to have this covered?
No.
Okay, so that means you can place it like here or so, and you'll get like more here. Not much, but you'll get more.
Okay.
You know, you could ward it over here to be harder to take. It's only a few steps, a few pixels, but there's just advantages of placing the ward not directly in the center. So just think about that in the future. Go into custom game and just drop down wards in like different areas in this bush, and you'll see they're all different. So it's pretty important. But
Okay.
you don't need to ward this right now. You are going to be under your turret.
Yeah.
Warwick Mordekaiser they're not going to dive you. They cannot dive you. Not after he just died twice. So you want to try to just wait around here. And actually, let me move the camera there. So wait around here for a wave, because you're not at risk here. Like, you will not die if you're here to their team. Regain wave priority. Set up a push. Take his control ward, which you don't know is there yet, but you want to ward this.
Actually, I do know it's there because
Oh,
I
you
saw
do?
it in his inventory. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's why
Um,
I placed it there so he doesn't know I have a pink ward. Like that was my thought process. So I don't want him to know that I have a pink ward.
Okay, yeah,
That's why.
I agree. But you want to take action this lane. You have 2 kills, you're ahead. Like, or you might have a kill and assist. I didn't actually see who took the kills. Okay, you have a kill and assist. Either way. You don't want him to be pushing to you. You want to be like here, or you could be here, but like he shouldn't be pushing to you, right? Like if he has a brain on the next waves, he's not going to do that. So you shouldn't account for him being a bad player again, right? Like you need to play the game as if you were a better player than him, not say, "Oh, he's dumb, he's going to push." So
Okay.
if you sit here and you wait for this wave to crash, you just clean this wave, then you can start to build a push on the next wave, then get this warded, and then zone him here. You can literally just, like, zone him here. And with your advantage and their team comp, if you have a control ward here, you can't die.
Yeah.
Because
Sure.
the second you see Warwick, okay, you just start walking away. Okay. You just start walking away, and then if he comes, okay, then you use your dash, and then if they're still coming, you could in theory flash, but like they don't have any lockdown for you, so like it's unlikely that you die. It's just
Okay.
being aggressive versus being passive, right? Because you're trying to generate as much lead as possible. And this control ward doesn't help you in that. Because like I said, you should be building up a huge slow push here. Because here, if I set this out for you, right? Let's say you set up a slow push over 5 waves. That's a very long time to slow push. And that's just zoning him in last hitting. And you could do that. Then what do? Okay, you have this massive wave here. Like, it's like probably 14 minions at that point. Alright, then you go mid. And you might be level 6 on that, depending on your experience now. Yes, you would be level 6. And you roam mid, you translate your advantage right there. But if you're like trying to freeze here instead, that's just you like AFKing in your lane. See the difference? They're both zoning and denying, but one is like, oh, I'm afraid, I don't want to die. One is, I'm going to take advantage of the game.
Okay.
Do you see that difference or no? Like, seriously. Because it's pretty important.
Yeah. The one thing is like I'm being passive and try to save myself, and the other one is like translating the lead for the whole team and helping them out.
Well, either way, it's good for you, right? Because if you have a slow push here, you can still deny by standing here. Because the wave's only going to be like here or so. You can still deny him and force him to use abilities, health, trade him, etc. And if you have a control ward here, Warwick can't kill you. Like, he can't. It's actually impossible. Unless Warwick does this. In which case, you dash to Warwick and then flash. Or your mid laner doesn't ward anywhere topside for you, which is unfortunate. But like, what junglers are seriously going to do this?
That's
without
really
you knowing.
Class change. Yeah.
Because if you, like, let's say you set up your slow push, right? You go and gank mid. Okay, then you ward this. Now you just beat Warwick 6, right? Like, you will be 6 before Warwick is. You ward this. Then Warwick is 6 like 30 seconds later. And then, how does he do this now? He can't. He can't go here either because you're warded there. So it's just like, be more proactive.
Okay.
Any questions on that?
No.
Okay. Okay, why do you walk this way?
What do you mean?
That's super greedy.
But like he can't. Even if he tries to fight me, I can just E away.
No. If if Mordekaiser walks here, you lose. Right, so here, let me rewind it so you can see it. Okay, at this point, you lose.
Really?
Yes, if Mordekaiser walks right here, how do you fight him?
I don't fight him. I just eat through him and then I walk away.
But then you take like 40% of your health for no reason.
Okay.
Right,
That's
because
a fair point.
Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you fight anywhere in this leash range, okay, which if he's here, like he's literally just gonna take one step backwards and then you're in that range. You just lose. Not including these, which do significantly less damage, but it still adds up. So all this right here, this would translate to you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 60 damage per second. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's gonna die, so that's only 3. This is 15 damage per second. So you don't count for all of it, right? But let's say they have 25 damage per second bonus on you because you're fighting in this zone. If you lose out here, then like you have a threat of being dove or whatever, and just like there's no reason to take this because if you walk here, what do you gain? Look at his minions. There's only one that's like gonna die. Maybe. If you walk like this, what do you miss? Nothing. Your minion wave isn't here, so it's not like you have to stall the minion wave for a second before it hits the turret. Your minion wave's all the way back here. You can't see it on the minimap, but it's all the way back at your tier 1, your inhibitor turret.
Okay.
So see, this is a greedy play, right? This is the play you don't want to make. This is a super passive play. This is the play you don't want to make. So you got to make them like, you have to make sure that you understand what you're doing and the impacts of it. Because, again, if Mordekaiser is good, this guy clearly is not good based on the way he's played this game so far, then this punishes you. And you don't want to perform things that, again, are, wow, my enemy is a bad player. Because that's how you yourself become a bad player and you don't understand how to climb. Instead, you understand how to beat D5 players, right? Not that he's D5, but like, you know.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
Because, like, in your mind right now, right, you don't get punished for that. So you, as a player, you're like, oh, that's okay, because I don't get punished for it. Because you're not actively thinking about that. Like, that's just, like, a passive thing that'll happen. And now you're going to go try to do that in a game against, like, master players, right? And then you're just going to get, like, destroyed. And you're like, huh. Why did that not work that time? GG, unlucky. Right? And then, like... and then you're like, huh. And you don't actually understand why it doesn't work, which is pretty big problem. Okay. Wasn't perfect, but it wasn't awful. Okay, so that control word, you lost it.
Yeah.
That is of no shock to me. He has a massive wave built up. If you ward here, it's obviously going to die. If you ward here, there's still a very high chance that it dies because he had like, what was it, 9 minions? Yeah, he had 9 minions built up here that you have to answer in a turret. And that was the second point with the control word, why that was bad at that time. Whereas like the location was bad, but also the timing was bad. And they're pretty important because like you actually just wasted 75 gold and gave him 30. And now you can't play as aggressive as you would want because of your ward timing.
Okay.
And that was the whole point of, doesn't matter if that is warded at this time. Because, again, he had that huge wave pushed up, so it's like, here, you're not going to die if you have that ward, if you don't have that ward. Okay, what are you doing? Why are you tanking all that?
I'm freezing it.
Okay, you don't... Okay. You can freeze it without taking... Let me see how much damage you take. 750... Or no, 900. You take 90 damage and you fuck your freeze. Okay. If you walk here and here in the bush, out the bush, you can continue. You can actually take maybe 1 volley of minions. And further, you don't want it here, right? You want it here. So if you're gonna tank all that health that you just took, at least tank it here. So that the wave is like here. Because, see, that's a big difference right there. That's like 2 flashes worth of distance that you just gave him. So if you're looking to all-in him, which you are, you're 6, he's not, you're trying to fight based on what you're doing, then you want the wave here, not here.
Okay.
It's pretty much all about the tools that you're given, right? Minion waves, those are tools. Your spells, those are tools. Your wards, those are tools. You have to try to make the best active use of them possible in time frames that matter, basically. Um, if you're trying to all in, right? Like, you don't have the ability to all in him if you try to freeze like that. Because if you're trying to freeze that, that means his mini wave is just going to auto push because you're trying to freeze it, and you're at like 40% health. You can't really force an all in on that because his wave is going to push, your minions are going to die just like they are right now. See, so now you're stuck using your abilities and tanking more minions.
Mm-hmm.
So you have
So
900. Oh, go ahead.
So how do you do it then better? How should I do it better then?
Okay, so in that case, go all the way back here, or even 30 seconds back. Okay, you're tanking all these minions.
Okay.
Don't do that. Let the wave be here, and then you start breaking your freeze intentionally. Because, like, you have an advantage, right? But you don't have any potions, do you? No? Like, I'm pretty sure you don't.
No.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
you have
no, I
one.
do have.
You have one. But he has more sustain than you do. By a large margin. So keep that in mind, because that health value that you saw, he's just going to regen most of it. So you see when he comes back to lane, he's almost full health, whereas you're not. Okay, so you tanking that 90 damage, that's a lot. That's like a whole spell right there, that you just took a mini damage. Let it be here. You start breaking your freeze so that your mini waves are then even over here, which builds a slow push. Again, the key terms here are slow push that I keep on repeating because it's really, really important. If you're trying to all in, you can't really all in on a freeze when you're at 40% health, really. Like, unless he's also 40% health. Because if the fight extends at all, then you're just going to lose to minions. So just watch the way the scenario plays out. Really quickly again. Okay. One of your melees is dead. 2 of your melees is dead. You're not really autoing much. You auto like 3 times. Okay, now he just clears the wave. Okay, so you have 900 health. You would have 1,000 health. Now you have 800 health. And you blew your potion. Okay, now you have 950. But still, you can't all in him at this point. Because you're at like half health. Unless you literally just ult him and hope that you win. But it's not a guaranteed win. It's like a risky play. And if their jungler's there, you're 100% dead. And it is around 7 minutes, so he should be around topside. This play, it's like so greedy, right? Because you, if we rewind it, right? He is level 5. So what you're doing in a normal circumstance, like it's not bad inherently to freeze the wave there and all that. But if he would have gotten level 6 on that last wave, which, like, how close is he? He's got to be like 1 minion. Okay, yeah. Like, there's no way you calculated this, did you? There's absolutely no way you did that.
I just wanted to fight to kill him before he's level 6, and I looked for the engage. I wanted to kill him before he's level 6, so I get an advantage.
Yeah, but you didn't calculate that he would not be 6 on this next wave. There's no way you did that.
I didn't calculate, but I kind of hoped.
Exactly. So you're just hoping. So if he gets 6 on that last minion, this play is really bad.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, okay, fine. You might be able to punish him. Maybe. If he's 6, you lose. It's like, you didn't play the game actively to win. You just played and hope you won. Based on this so far. And that was one of the issues that you identified. Right? Like, or am I misreading it a little bit?
Yeah, no, it's true.
Okay, so you have to be trying to play actively and take into account all these circumstances and all these factors to try to win actively is the key word. So when I asked you, like, why aren't you pushing? Or why are you freezing the wave here, level 1? It wasn't to say it was bad. I wouldn't have. But I was asking you, Why are you doing it? What are you trying to do? And you said, oh, well, I didn't want to push because they're jungler. That doesn't make sense, right? So, like, that isn't actively trying to win the game. That's you just being afraid and hoping that you win the game off of a play that you just really didn't understand the logic behind what you're doing and why, right? Like, that's basically what I'm reading.
Yeah.
Okay. So, with all that in mind, you have to understand why you would slow push, why you would freeze, why you would perma shove. Do you know the difference between all those three?
Not really.
Okay. So, you freeze when you are ahead, in a position to kill. These both mean deny. And, avoid the jungler. You cannot freeze if you're not ahead.
Yeah.
Like,
because
if
he will just stop.
yeah, he just trades you and the minions and then you lose.
Yeah.
So when this game, you have a kill and assist on your lane. Like, the game should absolutely be over. Like 100%. But anyway, you would slow push when you're trying to impact the map, avoid the jungler because it's basically a freeze, but it's not. Let me get off the minions really quick. Damage turret. And this is only for lane. I'm not going to go outside of lane. Because that would require more explaining. Unless you want me to. Do you want me to go outside of lane too?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Deep vision. I'm going to add roam here for clarity. Dive. I think that's most of them. You would just fast push. I'll make them different. Perma shove. You would fast push to roam in different situations. So this is like a longer term roam. This is like, oh, I see a fight breaking out. Oh, I need to go bottom now or whatever because I see an opportunity. So there's roam in both, but they're different. Damage turret, but not really. It's like less damage. What else you get? Oh, neutralize lanes. So, if you're against a Kled and you keep him under turret, he doesn't roam as effectively because he has to answer the minion waves. Draw jungle pressure. Because let's say you're like Malphite top, right? You literally can't die to their jungler if you have a ward out. Like beyond level 6, like you can't die. Like you just alt flash away. Like there's literally no way you die. So you can draw that pressure away from your team. I think that's most of them. And you would permashove when you want to basically do all this stuff again. Or rather, let me draw the arrow the other way. And you don't care that they're scaling. So this is more like a micro situation that you decide. This is like a permanent. Like, you decide this like just permanently. Versus this one is like temporary. Right, so a perfect example of this is for mid lane, like Echo. He pretty much always just perma-shoves unless conditions change to where he has kill pressure on his lane, which isn't until later in the game, like level 7 or so, or if they have no flash and stuff. So they're just different. So these are like the different things in lane, right? So how could you have done these so far? Well, level 1, you could have slow pushed. Because his jungler came to lane late. And that means, or sorry, his top laner came to lane late. That means his jungler is going to be bottom side around 3 minutes. You will then build up a minion advantage and a level advantage. Okay. You could not have frozen, really, so far. Like, you could have, but, like, not that much. So, like, I guess, like, in that last situation, you could have. Where there was the cannon and, like, 2 casters, you could have frozen then. So, I don't know, like, what level was that? That was, like, level 5. Could have done that then. Better. By, just executing it in a better way. Fast push, you haven't really needed to do that yet. And in fact, slow push, you would want this because you want a longer term roam. So you could have done this again at level 5. Perma shove, you wouldn't do this. This is your basically game plan, is to just slow push, force fights, and then roam.
Okay.
Because you killing Mordekaiser doesn't matter. He already has 2 deaths. Or 3 deaths. He has 3 deaths after this point.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you kill him or not. His gold value is so little to you. Like, go collect the 300 gold and mid turret instead. Go bottom, kill 2 of them, take dragon, well, and you recall back top while your team takes dragon. There's so many more gains that you can get than getting 150 gold from killing Mordekaiser.
Okay.
Do you see how I identified what you needed to do? With the minion waves only.
Yeah.
So this is, like, obviously in a game you don't have time to write all this out. But this is the stuff you need to practice so that it becomes second nature so you understand what to do. Because, like, when I'm in my game, right, I don't need to write all this out. I just need to say, oh, these are all the conditions that I have. The jungler is around here. This is where they're going to be when. This is... Excuse me, the lane matchup. This is my team's win conditions, etc. And from there, I make a decision. Very quickly, because I've practiced it so many times that it's, like, super fast. You should start doing that as well so that you can practice them and just be super fast on your decision making so you understand what to do and when to do it. Because, did you understand why you needed to slow push?
Yeah. So I can start a roam and transfer my advantage to my.
Okay, so why haven't you done it yet then?
Because I just thought about getting Mordekaiser further behind instead of my team getting ahead.
Right, but that's wrong. Right,
Yeah.
like, so just fix it for the future because that it's this stuff, like, being a super good League player, it's not hard. Like, you just have to think about the game. That's how you become a better League player. You have to actively think about the game, what to do when you do it. Stuff like these charts, right, like, this is all good information, but there isn't going to be a chart for everything. Well, there is. Everything in League is a formula. If X, then Y type formula. But League is difficult because it's, okay, if A and B and C and not D and not E and, oh, also E, then F. There's just so many factors that you have to consider, and that's why it becomes difficult or harder to make the proper decision. But, like, inherently, these decisions, they're exactly that. They're just decisions. And then you have to think about all the factors that play into your decision. Because I'm going to go ahead and clear this. Cheesy took a screenshot in the chat. But I will go through this. So you kill him, right?
Yeah.
You miss 1 minion. 2 minions. That's already half the gold value of Mordekaiser, basically. Okay. What do you need to do to win this game right now?
Translate my lead to my whole team because or try to take the turret and then roam a bit and then get an item ahead.
How do you do that?
If I start a slow push, and then with a big minion wave, I dive Mordekaiser with my jungle, and then I can take the turret, and then I can impact the whole map.
Okay.
That's what I think I should have done.
So, just for clarity, you don't need to take the turret to dive him or to like impact the map. Just to be clear. But yeah, you could do that. So, if that's your game plan, you should actively do things that help you do that. So we'll see what you don't do or what you do. That is against that. Okay, so you're looking to fight him. Great, you're 2 levels above him. Do you know the jungler's there?
Yeah, I think I saw him.
Okay.
Well, maybe I didn't, but I saw him coming from the river, and then I just backed off. I think.
So it's 9 minutes. Where should their jungler be?
Again, top side, because the blue should have he started at blue and should have been spawned.
Well, his blue buff respawns at 7:15.
Oh. But.
So like, where do you know where he should be?
Finger on top side.
Why?
Or because he finished his clear.
Wait, what?
No, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, so like I'm not trying to like make you look stupid or anything. I'm just genuinely asking you, do you understand why he's topside? Because he should be topside, but do you understand why?
I think because he finished his clear of his camps. That's why. That's why he should be topside. Because he cleared his bot side before and then.
But you don't know that he cleared his bot side.
Yeah.
So I know that he should be topside around this time. But you clearly don't understand why. So let's go over it really quickly. Okay. So, their jungler starts here. Okay, what does this mean? This means this is cleared at between 150 and 210. Shoot. Okay. Where is Warwick going to go next?
Either he goes to his wolves or to his raptor. Or to the raptors.
He goes here or he goes here. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, probably wolves. So this means that there's roughly 5 seconds of walking time. So that means that this clamp is going to be started at 2:15, which means it's going to be cleared around 2:35. Okay. At this point, he's going to go to red buff.
Yeah.
He's not going to do raptors. This means that there's roughly 12 seconds of walking time here. So this is going to be 2:47. And then he's going to take roughly 13 seconds to clear the camp, around 3 minutes. And these are just super rough estimates on these. So actually, these are actually longer numbers. So like this is actually probably 15 seconds before. But I'm just showing example thought process by like, okay, is this actually 12 seconds? I don't know, it might be 10 seconds. Does this camp take 20 seconds on Warwick? Probably not. It probably takes 15 seconds. And all that short amount of time adds up. So this would be, like I said, around 2:45. Actually. Like that's probably the actual time. So I will correct it, but I'm just showing you my logic. So that's roughly about 2:45. Okay. I'm going to get rid of that. Get that. And I'll clear this as well. Okay. Where does he go from here?
Either he starts the gank or he will clears camps.
So he can go here, or he can go here, or he can go here, or here, or here.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know which one he did?
No,
Why not?
because he wasn't paying attention.
Why not? He does dragon.
Because
It was a trick question. Did you know that he took dragon?
no, I saw it obviously, but I didn't notice at this point.
Well, who else takes dragon?
No. Well, what do you mean?
No, like, what other champion on the map would take dragon if not Warwick?
Nobody.
Yeah, exactly. So Warwick takes dragon. Okay, what does that mean? That means his other camps respawn very late. His raptors or his Krugs.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we go through, what does he do? Probably goes and clears his camp. Yeah, he fails a gank and he goes and clears his camp. Okay. This isn't a surprise. So after you see dragon taken, you should know that this camp is cleared around 410. You don't know the exact time, but you should know it's cleared around 410. Because we saw him on the map. And we saw that he took dragon, so you know these bot side around 410. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that means this camp is cleared around 410. Okay. And what does all this mean? Okay. This means that this camp is going to respawn around 7 minutes. That means that this camp is going to respawn around 5 minutes. Between like 4:45 and 5 minutes. This camp is going to respawn around 7:45. And this camp is going to respawn around 6:35. This is the information that you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What does all this mean? This means that where is he going to be? It's at between 5 to 7 minutes. Oh, and this camp is still up. And this camp is still up. So this is down. This is down. That's not a camp. That's not a camp.
Top side?
Top side. Because he has 2 camps here. 1 and 2. Right? So yellow is first clear. So let me write this down for clarity for anybody that's coming. First clear. And the pink is second clear. Okay, so this one was not cleared on first clear. So this is still up. This is going to be around 4 to 5, 7, 7:45, 6:35. And this was not cleared first, but it's still up for second. Okay. So, logically, if you're a jungler, there's 2 camps up at topside at 4:45. Where are you going to go? Topside.
Oh, yeah.
That just makes sense. Okay, so let's say he clears it at 5. What does that mean? That means that it's going to be up around 7:30. This camp is also going to be cleared around 5. So that means it's also going to be up at around 7:30. Okay. 5, 5, and 7. So that means this buff is going to be up at around 12. So actually I need a new color for this one. Oops. Okay. So, where is he going to be around 7:30?
Top side.
Topside. Okay.
Yeah.
So, let's say he clears them at we'll do 7:40. Okay, where is he going to be at 10 minutes?
Top side.
Topside. Okay? So like you
Yeah.
see how I did all that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to do the bottom side for the sake of time because you can clearly like you can do it. But you see how that all just makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
If you think about it, everything makes sense. Yeah.
Imagine if you weren't ahead, and Warwick comes top there. You die 100% of the time.
Yeah. Sure.
So, you did not understand why he would be top. You did not take that into account, and it was a mistake. You don't get punished for it in this game, but in other games, I'm sure you get punished for it. Because you could not do that skill before right now.
Yeah.
So, keep that in mind. Because super, super important. Because again, you don't get punished in this game. But in other games, you could get punished for this. And yeah, that was just the point of like, that's jungle tracking basically right there. But okay, so you got to remember these timers are a little bit off, obviously, because I'm not looking at the exact time they're clearing, but you should be in game. Like you should be able to look. Okay, he's here right now. When was the time that cleared? Okay, but either way, like it's 10 minutes, right? Warwick is actually top at 9 minutes. If you look at the timer on the bottom, it's 9 minutes. You should be playing more passive around 9 minutes because you know that he could be topside. Because we didn't take into account Scuttle Crab. We didn't take into account our jungle. Because I wasn't talking about our jungle either. Where what if he invaded our jungle instead? And all that kind of stuff. So there's more to take into account than just these timers. But around general timers, you should respect it, right? So if we just do a very blatant mid lane example. Or no, we'll do the blatant top lane example. Jungler starts here. Goes here. Goes here. This is around 3 minutes. Is he going to gank top at 3 minutes?
No.
No, so you can play aggressive. Okay, well, let's say instead he starts here, then he goes here, then you go here. Okay, well, this is 3 minutes. If you're pushing top lane at 3 minutes, you're trolling. Right?
Basically.
Like, even if he doesn't gank you, why would you push? Because you know he's on the top side of the map. Okay, so if we go to second clear, right? This is going to be up at 7:45. He could just do this and this again. Beyond 7:45, if you have a pushing wave top, why? Because if he goes here, it doesn't matter. He's around topside. If he clears this, it doesn't matter because he's around topside. See the difference? How it's like you don't even need to know the exact times. You just need to know the general times to be able to manage the wave appropriately.
Yeah.
The other super obvious mid lane example is first clear, right? If it's the same thing. If their jungle starts here, 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 you should be positioned here because how does he gank you from here? He doesn't. It's just managing wave and playing appropriately to the jungler. So, like, I just spent probably, what, like 15 minutes explaining that on something that you turn out positive for. But you didn't understand why it happened, and that's the most important part of this game. Why did that happen? If you don't understand the why, you don't understand the game. And that's really important. Did I just bug splat? What the fuck just happened?
Strange.
Okay. It's good. He knows you're roaming, though, because you popped that.
Yeah. But it shouldn't really matter because I have my ult. Like, if I ult with Kled, it's not like likely they can get away.
Well, that was fine. I think you should have ulted like this, though.
Yeah.
Because if you ult like this, right, he's obviously just going to flash this wall. Whereas if you oh, go ahead.
Can you rewind it? Because I think I did it, but the pathing was different maybe. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, so it looked like you clicked there, but like...
Yeah.
Like... I don't know, that's dicey. Sorry. Because either way, like, there's no way you know this exact math, which way this is going to go. Because it's going to go the quickest path.
Sure.
So what you should do is walk like this and then ult here. Is what I mean. Because now this is guaranteed the quickest path.
Yeah.
Because if you ult like this, right? He just flashes here. Okay. If you ult like this, you don't know. Like if he starts walking this way, you can't cancel your ult. So you'd have to ult like here. And if you ult there, their bottom lane will start coming up. So that's sketch. You just want to give yourself the highest chance of doing this, right? If you cut off this line, where does Corki go? Corki has to go this way, in which case you flash for him like you did. He has to go this way, which is towards the bottom lane. Or he has to go this way, right? And this way you kill him. This way you kill him. This way you likely kill him. Okay. Now if you ult this way, where does he go? Well, he goes this way or he goes this way. You cut off this entire option. And this option is a winning option for you. Right? You want all those winning options possible. Does that kind of make sense? It's not very clearly explained in this specific example, but you want to give yourself the highest chances of hitting things.
I get what you mean, though.
Okay, cool. So just go ahead and play it out. You're a Kled main, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you get anything by teleporting here?
I think I teleported for the wave because it was kind of a big wave.
Yeah.
I didn't want to lose it.
You're right. I just had it on 8, so it cleared instantly. Yeah. So my bad. If that wave isn't there, if it's just like a few minions, don't teleport for it. If it's like literally, if it's like 4 minions, it's not worth it to teleport. Because you're already so far ahead of him. You don't need like 4 minions more. Because let's say you go bottom, you ult bottom, and you just teleport back top lane. That's so much better than 4 minions.
Yeah. My heart.
That was interesting.
The scatter blocked my Q, that's why.
Okay. So you force his flash and you punish him. Okay, at this point, what should you do?
I should try to look for the turret. Because I can take it pretty easily. And their jungle is bot side because he just killed the Liz. And they're... No, they're mid lane, all of them. That's why I should try to take their turret.
Okay. So, you could slow push, build a giant wave. You could immediately clear it. You could try to dive him, in which case you would need to immediately clear it or slow push. Those are pretty much your 2 options. We'll see what you do. You should be able to dive him, because you don't know he's regened all this health yet. There's no way you take the turret, though. You getting the damage is fine. It's good. I think that decision's all fine. Okay, why do you push this wave? What's your plan?
I wanna give him pressure, and I'm looking for their jungle so I can steal it. I wanted the Grump, but he took it. Then I take the race, the wolves.
Okay. This is interesting. Okay, so here's the thing. if you walk through this, they know you're here. So they know that you're either here or here. This camp is down, so they know you're here. If Corky collapses, Mordekaiser collapses, and Warwick collapses, you die.
Yeah.
That's super greedy. Like, really, really greedy. Okay. That's not a very statistically good play. Further, why do you clear the camp and not leave the small one?
I don't know. I should have left it up.
Yeah, just leave it up to counter jungle it. But I don't know, like, we saw that Mordekaiser was like 80% health. Like, even if Mordekaiser and Corky come, you die. Right, even if Corky has no mana. Because it's not like you're 100% health or anything. Like, it's not like you're 15-0 where you can 2v1. You're ahead, but like, you're not invincible. So it's pretty greedy. Okay. Why are you going top still? What is your plan?
My plan is still taking top turret. But
Okay, it's...
I think
Okay, what?
but I should roam and have my team more. That would be a lot better. Because right now my team is losing. And I'm the only fat person in my team.
Okay, so you are correct that you want to try to translate your lead. Obviously, it was a problem in this game and one of your problems overall, so you don't do it. How would you do it?
I should have ordered up MTP. Do I have TP up? I should have it, and then I roam mid lane or bot lane with my ult, and then I can TP top lane. But my bot lane just died, so I'm not sure.
Well, like,
Yeah, I could have helped them.
just watch. Maybe not in this case specifically you could have helped, but okay, so answer honestly, like in other games would you have teleported here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Because if I saw it early enough, and I don't think they would die instantly, I would have teleported.
Okay. So that, like, it's cool to talk about this game, right? But it doesn't really matter this game. It matters, do you learn something from the game? So we'll probably get into a few hypotheticals about helping team.
Wait, do I have my TP up or not?
It said you did here, and now it says that you don't. So I guess not.
I'm not sure though.
I don't know. Replay is pretty interesting with summoner spells, if you like pause it and stuff. So okay, now it looks like it is up on both of them. So, but I guess you didn't have it, so I guess my mistake. But like that's pretty sketch that.
But even though if I didn't have TP, I should have just walked bot lane because I should have ult up.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you need to help your team, right? Your team's really far behind. You're ahead. You getting top turret doesn't matter. Like at all. Right? Because they just took like 2 turrets bottom.
Yeah.
So instead of minimizing their losses, try to create advantages. That teleport, that turret's always going to go down. Teleport to the ward instead over here. I know it's further, but like... It's
Yeah.
pretty sketch to teleport to that turret. It's like a chance. You don't want to take that chance. Okay, so you're winning your lane, right? That's great. But you winning your
not
lane
winning
doesn't
the
win you
game.
the game.
Yeah.
Because so far, what have you done with the advantage that you got? You've pushed
I got
mid.
Mordekaiser.
You've pushed top. You've
Yes, I
created a
used my
good
best.
CS lead here. Okay, this is great. You killed mid once, but you've only gone mid once. You've only gone bottom once.
I think I didn't go bot at all. But I got mid twice.
Well, you just tried to teleport here.
Yeah. But it didn't work though.
Yeah. But if we look at your hop map, right? Where have you been this entire game? This is important. You went here, here. Guess we'll include that. Here. You went here. You went here. You went like this. Here. Here. And then you just try to teleport here, but it fails. So, out of 15 minutes, you have gone mid twice, like 1.5, and the rest top, and into their jungle once. See how that's a little bit problematic?
Yeah.
Now, it's different if, like, you're not ahead or if the game isn't broken open. Because if you're just, like, farming the game out a little bit, that's different. Like, you know, if you're in a losing matchup or whatever. But you're ahead, right? Like, you need to be, like, everywhere else that's not your lane. Because you're going to kill Mordekaiser every time. So what is Mordekaiser going to do? He's not going to stand forward. If you kill Mordekaiser, you don't gain anything. Like, you gain, like, 70 turret or 70 gold and maybe part of their turret. The way that top laners translate their leads is usually through teleports bottom, walking bottom, and teleporting top, ganking mid, or killing their jungler topside. You said you were looking for their jungle. Were you looking for their jungler, or like just looking to kill their jungle, like when you killed the wolves?
No, just wanted to steal his camps.
Okay, yeah.
So he gets a bit behind.
So, if you steal that camp, it takes you 30 seconds. So you've denied their Warwick 80 gold, or 100 gold, and 5 seconds of time.
That's not rough.
And it takes you 30 seconds. So, it's like, yeah, it's something good to do. But when you're this far behind, that's not what you do. I keep saying the same thing, obviously, where it's like you need to help your team. And I'm trying to talk to scenarios. So, as a top laner, how do you feel that you help your team the most? What is the role of top lane, I guess?
Mostly I try to drag the enemy jungler to my side, so bot lane is safe from ganks. That's why I'm mostly over push or something like that. And I try to TP place or roam, but
Okay.
yeah, that's how I impact the map. At least I try to.
So, let's say in this game, hypothetical, you take this turret, get Rift Herald, then go mid, drop Rift Herald mid, take this turret. Do you see how that's pretty much infinitely better than killing Mordekaiser a third time?
Yeah.
Okay, probably gonna have to mute for a second, or, okay, but you see how that is significantly more impactful to the team. rather than killing a top laner. Again, like I know I just asked that question, but it's like there's infinitely many solutions like this. You know, you can push top in, recall, go bottom with ult, and then kill. Right? Here, I'm gonna play the game out and then I'll talk after. Oh wait, I didn't mute. Holy crap.
It's fine. I don't mind it.
Okay, so you see what you just did, right? You just forced mid turret, you go bottom.
And then I int.
No, you don't int. This is good. You just went out of top lane, but it took you 15, 16 minutes to do so. Right, like, your roam, essentially, you just got mid turret, and you got a kill, right? So imagine if you do this at 12 minutes, instead of 17 minutes. Well, is Warwick necessarily bottom? No, in fact, he's probably top lane, because his blue buff's going to be respawning around 12 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll come down later, Dad. So, impacting the map, like, you just do it too late, basically. Because at this point, the game's... It seems pretty much over already. Unless you guys get a huge turnaround. Because their bot and mid are just too far ahead. Or rather, I don't think their mid's necessarily ahead. But, like, their bot and their jungle are, like, insanely far ahead. Where are you? Oh, yeah, you're dead.
Yeah.
Okay. So why do you go top?
I wanted to take this huge wave. And then Elise came and took it. And
Yeah,
then
like, I understand you want it,
took a jungle.
but she already took it. Right, like...
I tried to ping her away, though.
Yeah, but she already took it, so, like... You're not gonna get it.
Yeah, but then I needed to defend top side because there are at least 3 people, and we should saw them because there's a ward. So.
But you don't offer any defense, really. Right? Like, you're not a turret defender.
Yeah, but I can threaten the all-in because I'm so strong right now.
Against 3 people?
Against their bot lane.
But Warwick dicks you.
Yeah. Yeah, fine.
Warwick suppresses you. Thresh flays you. Jin roots you.
But Jenna and Elise were there too. So it's not like I was alone.
Right, but, like, the point is, like, it's not your job to defend that turret.
Sure. But if I don't defend it, then nobody's gonna defend it. Like, I don't wanna let them take it for free. That's why I stayed.
Okay, so I'll go back to show you. One or two more. Okay, So Lisa's pushing this massive wave, right? She's not leaving it for you. You know for a fact she's not leaving it for you. What if you took this wave? Lucian's going there now, but what if you were already paddling down there? And you said in chat, Lucian go mid. Or what if you go mid? And then you could go top or bottom. I know it sucks that you missed this giant wave. Like, it sucks. But you going up here doesn't do anything for your team, right? Like, look, what do you do right now? You take Krugs, okay? The wave's pushed out. You have two topside if you're not here. Like, Cassio would be topside if you were here. Like, if you went mid. Cassio wouldn't int.
Wow.
Okay, okay. To better explain it then here, I'll explain it a different way. If we look at it from your teammates' perspectives, Cassiopeia doesn't want to be in mid lane. She wants to be in the long lane at this point. She wants to be with this turret. Okay, so Cassio should be here. You should say Cassio go top. How does this benefit you? Well, if you're here, you can go like this or you can go like this. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, if you're top lane, you can only go like this. So now you have two options if you're mid lane. Okay, Lucian, where does he want to be? Lucian wants to be either here. Actually, Lucian can be in any three of the lanes. You can be in any three of the lanes. But if you look at Cassio, she needs to be behind this turret, or Warwick's going to jump on her, Corki's going to jump on her with Thresh, Mordekaiser can't touch her. So I'll do it up here. Any one of these guys can just run at Cassio, and she loses. If she's under the turret, not necessarily. Because she might be able to stall enough time, she might be able to land a stun, slow, movement speed, whatever. You want to make a play. So you don't want to be confined to the top lane, where it's very restricted. Because... Okay, so if I draw the map out a little bit. Let me show you both sides. Okay, so... If you're pushing here, you have to then walk through this territory, right? Through their jungle.
Yeah.
You don't want to walk in their jungle. If you're pushing bottom lane, and you're here. Again, you do have to walk through their jungle. But... They're all topside. And we know they're topside. We don't know every single one of them is topside, but we know most of them are topside from the vision that we had. So if you were bottom lane, you could safely run through this and make a flank play. Whereas you can't safely run through this. See the difference?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you need to make a flank play. Like, that is how you win this game. Or a pick, whatever. But you clearing a mini wave isn't going to win you this game.
It's just me being greedy.
Yeah. It's just you saying, oh, I want 6 minions. 6 minions is like 150 gold. Does this matter? Yes. But you're already 2 levels ahead of every single person in the game. You see that, right?
Yeah.
You don't need more levels. You don't need more. You need more gold. Okay, so how do you get more gold? You kill champions. Right? Like, you get objectives, you get turrets. You killing these 6 minions, that's not a champion, that's not a turret, that's not an objective. I mean, killing a champion isn't one either, but you can then more likely force an objective because you have a minion or a champion advantage on the map. Or you can force a team fight, or you can force Rift Herald. You can force Baron and then turn. You can do like a ton of stuff depending on who's down. Hi, Nitro. Okay, so again, if we look at your hot map, you're still top lane. right? Like, you went bottom lane once, and that's great. That's what you need to do. But you only really did it once. And that's the biggest point. Okay, whoa, let me rewind that. Okay, this is a good teleport. Looks like you're gonna clean some of this up. Oh, sorry. Or maybe you don't. Unlucky. I don't think there's much to talk about in there. Do you want me to go over that, or... Wait, your Lucian is inting.
No.
Okay. Well, that's really bad. Because they just give more gold, which is what you need. So you guys get dragon. What is your win condition at this point? Do you know? As a team, not just you.
As a team picking them off, or playing a 1-4. Like if I split, nobody can stop me, and then at least 2 people need to come, and then they can win the 3-4.
Okay, so
It's either me splitting or we picking someone off.
So the answer is pick, like you said. If you won 4, Warwick and Thresh are going to run at your team, and there is nothing that Cassio, Elise, Janna, and Lucian can do. It's a pretty good peeling team, but not when they're this far behind. So you have to be very quick on your rotations and do something that way. That is how you win this game. You 4-1, you set up a slow push, you go somewhere. But you can't split push, per se. Like, because let's say you have 50 kills and your team has a total of 50 kills. You have every single kill on your team. If you're not with your team auto loses, right? Like, because you have all the gold. So you need to be with your team. So you have to just be really quick on rotation, right? So this next wave, right? You should kill the casters and just go mid. Well, recall. But like, if you're full health, go mid. Force somebody to respond to your wave. In 2 minutes, this wave will be massive. So see, look, you killed the entire wave. Why?
Because they wanted the gold, I think.
But does you getting that extra 30 gold or 70 gold matter?
I'm not sure, but I think it finishes my item.
In most cases, will that 70 gold matter?
No.
Okay, so instead you build up a massive slow push, right? And if you have that massive slow push, somebody's going to go answer it. And you force a 45 while there's that massive slow push. This turret's already gone. Okay. Just don't step up there, because that turret's 100% gone. Like, 100% of the time. You're trying to 1v5 right now. There's no way you do this. And you use your flash, which is not good. Like, that turret's going to die if you're there or not. It looks like, at this point, the game's just, like, over. I see that there's a Baron that your team gets, and I imagine that's a steal, or maybe not. Let's see. That was pretty funny. Okay. Why are you building a Dirk? What do you get with that? Are you building a Duskblade?
Duskblade, yeah. It's pretty strong.
Is that a thing? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can one-shot Squishy so easily with it. And it's so strong, like, they need to...
I'll take your word for it, because I don't know, so... Okay. I mean, you got to take desperate plays at this point, because you're just so far behind, so I don't think what you're doing is bad. You literally just have to, like, force fights, right? Because, like, if this game extends, you're just going to lose, because you're just so far behind. You have to try to get those small advantages like that. By the way, did you know that if Mordekaiser...
Yeah, I know. And it's super broken.
Wait, what?
Wait, I think we mean different things.
Oh. What were you going to say?
I mean the Kled Ghost. It's super broken on Mordekaiser.
Oh, I was going to say Jhin. It's super broken. If Jhin is on 4th shot and he kills him, He gets a
Oh,
permanent fourth shot.
yeah, but Mordekaiser isn't on their team. I thought you mean the Kled Ghost because it
Um,
can. I think it can even remount. And
wait,
that's
are you
insane.
serious?
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure, but it should be like that.
Okay, so this is how you guys get the Baron because they're stupid and greedy. Okay, cool. You do a good pick there though. Good job. That's the kind of stuff you need to do. So with this Baron, what do you guys do?
I think we're throwing with it. we are we're
Okay,
taking
so
on that fight.
Elise isn't here. You guys just got Baron. Baron does not equal fight. Baron equals stall the game longer or push turrets. Right, like you guys just got a lot of gold from that Baron. You guys don't want to fight now. You guys want to reset, get all that, like spend your gold, and then look for something. Maybe a turret. And then that's even more gold. Like you living here, that shouldn't happen. You should be so dead. But they have Dragon. Why are you trying to fight?
I'm just being stupid.
Okay, so right here you in, right? So anyway, let me go back. You should have recalled.
Yeah.
You guys just got like 2k gold off of Baron and then the midwave. You guys want to spend that gold, right? Because like, how much gold do you get? Like, you have 1,300 gold. That's a lot of gold, right? Like that's a whole BF sword for your GA or something. What are you gonna build next?
I think I'm gonna build XGA.
Okay, yeah. Like you guys, you're not low health per se, but you're definitely not full health. You're relatively low. Your Cass is low. Your Janna is chunked a little bit, and your Lucian is missing health. And they're pretty much all full health. Like their Warwick's low, but like it's Warwick. So if he just ults somebody, he's gonna gain like 600 more health. But anyway, that's why you don't want to take this fight. You just want to base. And I think you guys like got a pick, right? Then you like reforced it.
Yeah, I was just being greedy.
Yeah. So don't be greedy. Because like when you're behind like this and you get something like that, that just stalls more time.
Actually, if I ulted now, their backline, we could have won this fight easily. That was just me being stupid.
But Corki like zoned your entire team.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I even did this. I thought I had their backup, but I didn't look for it, and then it was just me being stupid again.
So that like rethrows the game, right? Like you guys just got like within 2k of each other, and then now it extends to 3k, which doesn't matter in the late game, but it's about the tempo, right? So like, since your team is as 4 without their most fed member, that's a whole minute that they can't do anything because you're dead. Wait, does he have what are his items? Oh, he built double attack speed. Holy. Because yeah, it's not really about the goal. It's more about the time that you're not on the map, which is really important. So see, like, look, like that's a good play by Thresh, right? That's your team being greedy. But imagine if you were here. Sure, you guys might not have won that immediately, but they wouldn't have gotten caught like that. Or if they did, you would have been there to at least fight with them. But now the game's literally just over, right? Because your team shouldn't have been there. Like, that's their fault. But it's your fault because you died, and then they did something stupid, and you're not there to help them. Okay. So, out of this, you said that you wanted to talk about translating leads and thinking about the game. And there's one more. What was the other one?
roaming maybe or wave management, but you already took that one.
Okay.
Um,
So here, I guess I'll start this a different way. What questions do you have that I didn't cover regarding this game, or questions in general?
I don't really have any questions. Like, you did a good job on explaining most of the things I had questions on.
Okay. This game was kind of unfortunate the way that it played out because there wasn't much content to cover in this specific VOD because of the way that your bottom lane kind of inted and because you didn't take advantage of it. So it was more like you did this wrong, so like the game's just like over type thing. You know, like the game's so different because you didn't do it properly. You've got to have some type of question regarding it, right? Or like if you do, like please message me regarding it because like I pretty much just said the same thing like 15 times over and over and over. So I kind of feel like I did you injustice. But how can you work on this kind of stuff? So be less greedy. Play more for the team because playing for the team is actually playing for yourself. Right? If you get your team ahead, you're going to win games. After you're ahead, right? So like if you get ahead by playing intelligently and then you go get your team ahead by playing intelligently, everyone's ahead. So you just win. But if you're playing like, oh, I need to solo carry this game, and you're like taking all the gold, taking all the kills, only trying to kill your lane, like that's actually not how you're going to solo carry the game. You would solo carry the game by roaming and getting your team ahead. So it's like a logical fallacy, right? You're trying to think like, oh, I need to do this, I need to kill my laner 15 times or else I auto lose. But that's not true. You're going to auto lose if you kill your laner 15 times instead of translating your lead. And then you need to play to what you want to do. Play to your plan is how I'll word it. Because you're like, oh, well, I'm not pushing because I'm afraid of their jungler, but their jungler won't be there, or you know, like, I want to do whatever, and then you just do something that doesn't make sense to do it. So the example that I used earlier was like, oh, I want to be a doctor, but I'm studying engineering. It's like, hello? Like, what? That doesn't make sense. So if you're like, oh, I want to kill my laner, but I'm perma pushing, that doesn't make sense, right? Like, so just do stuff that makes sense to what you're trying to do. Cool. Are you sure you don't have any questions?
Not right now, but if I have any, I will write it to you.
Okay, cool. Then I'm going to go ahead and end the VOD here. And with that, I will also stop streaming as I do have plans and work to do. So this was just, again, another VOD review. And if you're interested in that kind of type of stuff, I do put those on my YouTube, on my Twitch, and you can find out all that information as to when all this stuff will be via my Discord, which is in the description for the YouTube video, as well as in the description of my Twitch channel. So with that, have a great day or night if you're EU. I'm not sure the exact time, but thanks for watching, guys.